These are 3 suns and these are 3 screens. That was my setup in 2019. And this is my setup in 2025. Why I'm using the laptop now? So even working with 3ds Max, I can work remotely. So I have my desktop in the office and my laptop with me, so I can go anywhere. In 2024, I started traveling the world, talking to people for my podcast, Talk to For Some podcast. And I had to find a way to optimize the way I work and my life. So that's why I mentioned 3 suns before, because that was my scene before Scene Manager from Pulze. That's what I'm going to show you today. When I first start a project, it's a time for exploration. It's a time for creation. And I don't want to be spending that time with saving different files because I want to create different cameras and different suns and different, that complicates everything. So what I'm going to show you now is how do I use Scene Manager on my own way to create and explore and get sketches and get ideas. So in a very easy way and be able to have everything saved and organized in one single file. So let's go to the PC. I want to show you. Well, I know what you're thinking. Franzão, how do you work with 3ds Max on your laptop? Is that a MacBook? How that's not even possible? Well, the answer for that, it's so silly, so simple. I'm working through my laptop on my desktop in the office. So using AnyDesk in this case, which is a free software, it's quite simple. And now look at the screen. Okay? I don't need 3 suns anymore. So with only one, I can do anything I want, a different mood, even camera-wise, create different cameras and everything in one single file. So when I start a project, I like to go around and trying to find the best angle, the best sunset, what's happening on the context when I play with light and options of cameras. So here, let's say, on this project, which is a personal one, I can play around to trying to find a good angle, a good composition, and etc. So let's say I like this type of lenses, and okay, I'm gonna create a camera here. Camera 001. So I just open Scene Manager, and in one click, I get everything that is set up already. So the sun, resolution, camera, everything's here. So camera 01, great. And here, what I'm gonna do is enable this object and select the sun. Why? Because I want to move the sun and I want to keep the sun saved for this camera 001. All right, I like the sun here. I think it works. We have a half shadow on the top and on the bottom we have the sunlight. I think that works and that's nice. Great. You click transform and that's saved. Now I want to find a different angle. Something different, let's see, let's explore. That's the beauty of the concepts. I'm trying and I'm exploring and I have the freedom for that. So why not a top-down? Maybe that could be nice, right? So a top-down view like this, showing everything, the context. Yeah, I think that could be nice. So from here, I create the second camera, the camera 02. On my list, I duplicate this and I select the camera 02. Great. Now, I want to move the sun. I want to try a different light. The only thing I have to do is click on the sun. I'm going to move the sun to find the light that I want here. Let's say maybe it's a dark one. What do you reckon? Maybe something dramatic. So what I do after moving the sun, I click in transform. And maybe the camera could be in a different aspect ratio. Maybe 2. Let's see. Yeah, that's very dramatic, cinematic, I would say. So, okay, this is the beauty. Now is the moment. When I click on my first camera, I go to the camera 01, of course, but the light is still saved. And I go to the second one and boom, it's there. Okay, so a third one, but I want something different. I want something maybe black and white, I don't know. If I try to, well, Jesus, that's nice. What if I have this, but black and white? Okay, let me create another camera here. That's actually the 004, because I created one before, but that's fine. We know that we saved the camera 1 and 2. So I duplicate here again and select the camera 04 right here. Great, nice. And now I'm gonna add the buffer option, because I'm gonna show you what we can do here to get a different settings only in this camera. So if I go back to the camera 1 and I click here on tone mapping, this is saved. Great. So now camera 2, same thing. I click here, it's saved. On camera 4, I do the same. Okay, very nice. But I want no saturation, and maybe I want to swap something here. That's interesting. Okay. So I click here and that's saved. If I go back, you see, it's everything saved. That's stunning. So I know, it's like when you have one screen and you go for 2 or 3, so you cannot go back. It's difficult, like I saw this and now you can't go back, because if you don't use it, the Scene Manager yet, I know that you're gonna be, every time you are working on 3ds Max, creating camera, a different light, and exploring the project, you're gonna be thinking, okay, I think now I need that. So if you have any questions, I'm gonna leave my email below. If you have a team, like for example, I have a team with 10, 15, 25 people. I want to see how that would work, price-wise or anything. If you just email me with any questions, and there's a link here as well, where you can go straight to the website, to the Pulze website, and there you can check everything and you can get your subscription as well. So I believe that using the Scene Manager, I have more time to focus on what is important, which is creating options, lighting-wise, camera-wise, so being more creative. That's the reason that I am an artist. So I can create, and then I don't have to worry about saving 300 files because I have 300 different shots with different moods and angles and cameras and everything. So I know it's difficult now to work without that, but just click on the link and check it out. Any question, give me a shout. Cheers.